Sharon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Are you sitting comfortably? Well, should you be? I guess. Okay, we're sitting chatting, so go ahead, sit back and relax. However, if you're practicing, the way you're sitting is very, very important. Posture is so important when you're playing a musical instrument in terms of both your health and your musical performance. You know, you don't want to be developing a bad back or wrist ache and so on. I know when I'm typing, I am shocking. My posture is shocking and I'm terrible for typing with wrists like this. I've bought one of those wrist rests just to try and adjust my posture a bit, and I end up with really, really painful wrists. So there's no need to be in pain if you're sitting correctly. And so when I'm teaching piano, I always give a diagram. You can tell that I'm not the artist. I do a little diagram. I'll put it on screen for you, just showing how you should be sitting at the piano. So things like you should have a straight back. Make sure your stool is at the correct height, and then feet flat on the floor, not sort of wrapped around the stool legs and so on. And that way you've got sort of more dexterity of movement. Your wrists should be nice and level, but don't sort of tense. We need to be making sure everything's relaxed but still well supported. And that way you're not going to get dreadful backache, dreadful wrist ache, but you've also got maximum dexterity to make the most of your time at the instrument. I know when I'm at choir, and so it's the same principle whether you're singing or playing a wind instrument or something like that, we're told to sit up. Don't sit down, sit up. Because if you're sitting down, sort of your diaphragm's all squished, and the airways are all closed off. It really infuriates me when I see people singing sort of like this at the score. It's like everything's all squished. And so it makes your tuning go down, so you're all out of tune. And I think just the general attitude, there's a psychology to it as well. Our conductor always says you have to sing with your eyebrows, sing through your eyebrows, raised eyebrows. And so it picks up your posture. And that way it picks up your tuning as well. And it's the same when you're playing a flute, for example. If you're playing your flute sort of nice and upright, then your diaphragm can do its proper job and you can support the airways. They're all open as well. However, start tilting and drooping and the tuning goes. It really does considerably drop. And so I think there's a psychology to it as well. There's a big debate as well of whether we should have the right psychological attitude before we're practicing to sort of switch our brains on. Should you really be practicing in your pyjamas, you know, or should you brush your hair, you know, put your daytime clothes on and be ready to get on with some work? I don't know. Or do you think, is it better to be comfortable and relaxed? That perhaps is open to debate. You have to work out what works for you. However, it's really, really important to keep your posture absolutely spot on. And when you're practicing, it's hard because sometimes, you know, you're zooming in, you're microscopically focused on the notes and you're problem solving, and you're not really thinking about your posture because your just mind's elsewhere. And so I do think scales or technical exercises are a great opportunity to spot check, because you know, once you've got them under your fingers, you can let your mind roam free, and that's an excellent opportunity to think, right, am I sitting correctly? So if you're rattling up and down your scales, you can just be checking your posture and thinking, oh yeah, just watch out, I'm drooping a bit here, or, you know, just let that be a focal point whilst you're doing your scales or so on. And so there's lots of room for improvement all the time, I'm sure, but it's something we just have to remain constantly vigilant about. So I do suggest that you really do bear that in mind for the sake of your own health and for the sake of getting the best out of your performance. I do hope that's helpful to you. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.